Hmm. Okay. Mm. Found it. Got it. I know now. Can you guys hear me? Uh, no, I was muted. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Nabir Zayan Bey. Peace, Muhammad, in the comments. Muhammad in the comments. Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me now? Okay, great. Thanks, Lorenzo. So, yeah, we were on Sonetter's channel earlier. I'm going to pour some elderberry ginger tea. Drink some tea tonight. I drink tea every night, though. Yeah, so anyway, this time I'm not using my owl mug and I'm just drinking out of a straw. It really is a treat to you, Flame. So I'm really up close because you know what? I'm not sitting in my normal space. I'm sitting where I do my telekinesis. Ooh, no, you guys don't like that. Some of y'all don't mind it, but anyway, I'm gonna be serious tonight. I really don't like this light though, y'all. I'm about to probably. I'm gonna move. Please pass me some of that tea. I know, I can't. Me no can't. Me can't. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn my camera off. I'm moving my whole setup to my desk over there. So, but you guys can still hear me. So it's not all a waste. So peace to the chat and the family. Yeah, we were talking about some heavy stuff tonight. If you were over on Sonetter's channel, shout out to Sonetter, of course. As always, peace and black power and love and what else? Yeah, so that was a topic that he actually wanted to discuss, which was really great. But there's some more stuff I want to discuss tonight. I'm on one, y'all. Yes, I can't always be light and bliss. Not that I am always, I'm being facetious, but like I'm talking about spirits and attacks and being breached. If anybody has looked at my thing that I'm doing on like alchemy, my alchemy series. How do I say this? People can be, you have this protective barrier around you. All of us, when we're born, it's our life. It's a part of our existence. Peace, Eve James. And we just got to wrap our minds around that. I mean, if people want to believe that they're just born and there's nothing else, it's just them, a clump of flesh, and then at the end they die. That's really, they should be the minority. It shouldn't be where they're those type of people who I call low vibrational people. They shouldn't be able to rule and ridicule and make everyone afraid. The thing is, they make people ashamed to even consider what is innate in us, and to what that is to consider that we are not just clumps of flesh and cells, but we are also spiritual beings. I moved, you guys. So I'm gonna touch on these people who get angry, because aren't we talking about, people? Oh, peace, Max Bird. Max is in my chat. Aw, I'm happy to see you. The Destroyer is coming. Peace. Mugen, peace. Asarmenton, peace. So, yeah, what was I saying? So, some people want us to believe that we're just cells and, flesh, instead of saying, we're a balance of flesh and spirit. So tonight, Sonetter was, what I love about Sonetter, first off, I don't like how people make it like he's so impressionable, and like he's like a 4-year-old where, anybody can do anything to him. That was Sonetter's idea, that particular stream. He was interested and curious about the topic because of certain things that, as you heard him say, that what's been occurring with the sister, and then what he experienced. So being the intelligent person that he is, he wanted to discuss it. Does that mean that, he's going to start doing, ghost chasers or whatever it's called, or a haunted house hunter? He's not going to go and turn into some, person who's totally believing in all of it, but he wants to find out about it. That's what I'm trying to say. So you want to look at things, and that is what scientists do. That is, we have people saying, "Oh, let's get the facts," and we're over here in the HOK, and Nepah, you just showed up, and we say, source up or shut up. But nobody. First off, it wasn't my stream. It was Sonetter's stream. It wasn't Pastor Bennett's stream. It wasn't even the apostle, bless his heart. It wasn't his stream. It wasn't Tazariak's stream. These are people that Sonetter reached out to. You understand, everyone? These are people, we are people that he reached out to. So for somebody to get on and say, you basically, I'm reading between the lines. Somebody is afraid, somebody is fearful, or many people are fearful that something might change about the HOK, but rest assured, the HOK is Sonetter, and Sonetter is growing as himself. He's been doing this for decades. He's a grown man, and I am not the first person that came around Sonetter that believes in the Bible and spirits. He's surrounded by Black consciousness. That entails believing in your highest self, whether you achieve it through scholarship, whether you achieve it through spirituality. We're talking about achieving our highest selves. We want to, thank you, Muhammad. Yeah, y'all hit the like button. We want to be our best selves. So when certain topics are discussed, the irony is, I feel like people try to bully Sonetter into not exploring what he wants to explore. Y'all don't know. Let me explain my relationship with him a little bit. Just give you an insight. He's calling all the shots. I'm a strong woman, and I'm very, very strong-minded, but Sonetter doesn't get influenced by or intimidated by anyone, especially not me. And I don't sit and say, Sonetter, you better believe in this Bible. You got that? No. Sonetter is Sonetter. Hello, same J. Cam Bay. Sonetter told Gano Grills that he experienced jinn many years ago. Although Sonetter attacks the Bible, he does believe in spiritual realm. 100%, brother. 100%. Hit the nail on the head. And for people like, I'm going to say it, like the brother Real G's and another person, I won't say her name because she's threatened my life before, so I won't bring her up. But certain people who have been following him very, very much, and I'm sure they're very supportive and his biggest fans. You show your weakness by saying or even implying that he's being taken over by Hebrew Israelites or by Bible people. Peace. Okay, so peace, pseudo charlatan. Yeah, you caught me live. So I want to get that out of the way because, that stream tonight was prompted by Sonetter's curiosity, and he wanted to bring it to the family because he loves to bring it to the people. He loves his family. He loves his followers. He absolutely loves all of you. And I have grown to really love his audience too. There are just some parts of the audience that they're too toxic for me. He is a master at this. I'm not good at just constant miserable people. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Like, okay, where else besides the Black consciousness community, and I'm talking about from Hebrew Israelite to Kemet to the Black atheist scientists to the Moors. I mean, all of us. where else can you go where people are talking about a topic and you have people in the chat just being super emotional, like, this is so dumb, turn it off, like, grow the fuck up. And I'm serious. Yes, I said the F word. Grow the fuck up, y'all. If you don't like it, sit back, laugh at it, just chill, listen, or tune out. Like, really, there are a bunch of people like they're wearing diapers, throwing serious tantrums because they didn't like what the topic was. And, you know, I'm getting this out. I usually don't even address this. Well, yeah, I do. Sometimes I'll address this on my channel, but I really try to have a higher vibration over here because of I want to balance it. It's not that I don't want to. I love it is a privilege to sit with Sodnetter. I don't know. We talked. There is no other Black platform that can compare to his. There are the most intellectual, most beautiful spiritual people who vibe with him and build that energy up and make it in a phenomenal space. But there are these, what in the Bible says, spots in the feast, like, you know, little flies stuck in a beautiful array of food, the feast laid out, a buffet, and then there's these little flies, and they will not let people just be themselves. And yeah, I don't, hey, if I had to sit and, to be honest, I don't like hearing about arguing about the Bible, I should say. I don't like arguing about people's beliefs. I don't want to argue about Buddhism, meaning I don't want to tell people how dumb it is. I don't want to argue about Christianity. I don't want to argue about Old Testament only people, but I get it. That is, you know, a forum where people debate. The debate is okay. But when you just want to argue and bash people over the head about, you shouldn't believe this. Yes, I usually sit back and watch and listen. Right, Ethereal Joel. Like, what I'm trying to say is, when are we going to stop trying to force each other to believe how the other believes? And you know what's funny? People over that come into certain forums, not even just on Sonnetter's channel, on other channels in the consciousness. Well, I shouldn't say that. I really have only seen it on 2 channels. I won't say the other channel, but people come in and they say, you Christians or you Bible believers are trying to force your beliefs on us. Half the time or more, it's those people who are trying to force their beliefs onto everybody. Because if you don't believe in the Bible, which a lot of my followers right now, I love you, I know a lot of you don't. If you don't believe in the Bible, why, when it's brought up, we have to hear you cry and whine and bellyache and talk about and ridicule and mock and bash people who do believe in it? Why? Because let's talk about it. Because there's a problem. We're still hurt. People, I get it. The Bible has been used to destroy many of us. Okay? But guess what? So has Kool-Aid. I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. So is ham. So is ham and pork chops. And so has let's see, feminism. And so has Jim Crow. And so has even the civil rights movement been used against us. Do you get what I'm saying? Everything is used against us as Black people. Absolutely, 100% everything. Islam's been used against us. Is used against us. So I get it. I get it when people don't want to hear about the Bible, but I don't get the whole, just the bashing and, oh, you better, we don't want you Bible people around. I'm a Black person. These are Black people. These are your family. Like, come on. If we were talking about cars tonight on HOK, If we were Blue Boy, yeah, pork chops. If we were talking about vehicles, I get it. People who don't believe in the Bible, I'm with you. Why the hell would we start talking about the Bible? I hate that. I've even said, oh my gosh, weren't we just talking about politics? Why are we talking about the Bible? And 99% of the time, it's brought up by people who don't believe in it. Marinate on that for a minute while I take a sip of this tea. Yeah, so why do we have to, if we're talking about the spirit, which, right, Richa, if we're talking about the spirit, we're talking about spirits, right? Wouldn't it be appropriate if he contacts individuals that they start speaking about their spiritual background? Like the brother who called in, which there's such a thing called a schema, and this is for real G's. Again, I'm talking about the brother real G's because he's the one that came in the end and threw his whole temper tantrum and got a standing ovation from all the church hurt brothers and sisters. Look, the stream wasn't about the Bible. The stream was about the spirits and about the phenomenon of them. And people who believe in the Bible who were contacted by Sonetter spoke about their spiritual background and how they deal with it spiritually. There was a brother who called in who said he follows Kemetic science. He spoke about his spiritual background, Kemetic science. But then he did try to throw the Bible in there for some reason. I would have, you know what's funny? I really was hoping to engage with him and speak about Heka, which I'm fascinated with Heka. I am. I have always studied demonology, not saying that Heka is specifically about demons, because I know it's not exactly, but it's in the realm of such. And I was hoping we could talk about that, but it went right to the Bible. Here comes the talk about the Bible. Well, Jesus and pedophiles and no Mary. Okay, fine, got it. Let's just waste our time nursing your Bible wounds and your church wounds when we could have talked about something really in depth, like, the spirits and what he knew as a Kemetic scientist, or someone who follows Kemetic science, as he said. So then we had the brother at the end. He said he practices Santeria. So there you have him talking about his spiritual experience and background based on Santeria and the spirits. So I could relate to all of that. But when at the end of the show, here comes somebody who just wants to make it all about the Bible. That stream wasn't about the Bible. Our sister, Shay Divine, bless her. And if you can, do a fast for her. Fasting isn't just about the Bible, and fasting is fasting. It connects you to a higher, a clearer spiritual, experience or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So Shay wasn't following the Bible when these things happened to her. She's not following the Bible. Peace, Obadiah, and R.I.S.E, and R.L. So the thing I wanted to just get that out, like, come on. I'm sorry I got to say the F word. I know y'all don't want to really probably hear that, but all this stuff about always trying to take it back to the Bible, if you don't believe in it and if you think that it's stupid and pseudo, I respect that. But what I don't respect is when people are on YouTube. Now I'm going to talk about YouTube, aka demons. I don't know, Cold Crush Brothers. Okay. Now I say that very lightly when I say demons, but like something happens. Let's talk about road rage before we get to YouTube. You know how people they're so nice and then they get in their car and they're driving down the road, and I didn't turn my camera back on. Let me see here. Let me see if I should turn. Uh-oh, what happened? Can you guys, am I coming in clear? I said, am I coming in clear? Oh, is Sunnitter? Is that you, Sunnitter? Oh, peace. Yeah, thank you. Peace and black power. I wanted to give Max Bird a wrench. I didn't do that, did I? I didn't even get to do it. I don't see his name anymore. Damn. Max, if you're still listening, can you put a comment so I can make you a mod on my channel, please? All right, yeah, so where was I? So you know how people get behind the wheel. Let me see how I look, y'all. I'm not feeling like turning my camera tonight for some reason. Yeah, I see why. Okay, wait. See. All right. So, you know how people like will be driving and then they get super angry, but when they're not in the car, they're nice when they get out of their cars. But then right when they get behind the wheel, they're like, "Get the hell out the way, you idiot." And then they get out and they're like, "Oh, hello. No, after you." It's the same thing with social media. It's like people get on social media and they just get so nasty. Not everybody, but a lot of people, they want to just they want to they think they can say whatever they want. Like you wouldn't be sitting with somebody and hear that they're Christian. Well, I wouldn't. And I wouldn't be like, "Oh, stupid Jesus followers. Oh, Jesus is dumb." And you wouldn't do that. But something about social media and YouTube, people get on here and they think, "Oh, it's a free for all. I'm behind an avatar, so no one will know it's me, and I can just say the nastiest things I want." But it's still about that energy and that connection. Like you can't be nasty toward your brother or sister and expect to be your best self. So I did want to bring that up. So yeah, there's no. You guys can't hear me? Is there a sound? Thank you, Mugen. Can you guys hear me? Tell me. Tell me if you can hear me. Remember that song, Tell Me? If you still care about me. I forgot who sings that. But anyway. Okay, good. Thank you, Ethereal Jewel. So here we go. Let's talk about breaching and demons. If you want to continue that conversation. When we do things, oh, I just saw something out the corner of my eye. When we do things, we first, let me say this. We have spirits around us all the time. We have energies around us, if you don't want to call them spirits. Yeah, SOS, that's who it is, Jason Hunter. Thank you. We have spirits around us, energy. You know, if you believe in a soul, that you have a soul. If you don't, well, tune out. But if everything has a spirit, everything, not just even like organisms, but even things that aren't considered inorganic. I keep seeing the spirit. I see spirits a lot though. Like there's let me put this out here for you guys. Like lights, you've seen like just white lights, shadows. They'll do that a lot. Spirits energies will manifest in that way. If you're very in tune, they'll manifest by you'll hear sounds like dripping water. Probably heard that before. What else? Somebody calling you, like your name. Let's see. Babies crying. That's another one. So, you know, spirits are real, and we all have spirits. So when you become imbalanced, on my alchemy series, I said there's an encapsulation. Um, some people call it an aura, but it's more than that. It's like a protective barrier. And it's also like it's like an antenna, and it's also like a conduit and a conductor. It's all of these things. It's a healing, like a regenerator, like a generator of power. It's all of these things. And when you're dysfunctional, meaning if you're always bitter, always attacking people, and this is real, this is facts. If you go and study exorcism, specifically exorcism, not just driving spirits out in the name of Jesus, I mean exorcism. You can study it, and you'll find, and demonology, you will find that there are certain energies that oh yeah, popping sound too. There are certain energies that are specifically, that manifest themselves, and you can see certain things around you happening. Like when the brother called in and he said, well, there's this really tall shadow spirit. That's not within you. That's a specific energy, and it is, from my research and from my experience with it, my experience with it, it is an, I guess you could say, entity, or keep energy, but I'm gonna say entity. It's an entity that it's like a punisher, or a protector, or an equalizer, and it is present with us all the time. It stands like a watchman, or like you would say the guard in the gun tower. It depends on how you're living your life. And it is, every culture has spoken and described it, and it's phenomenal. Like I said, in my family, somebody's like, demon, shake my head. I know it's not a demon, but my family, throughout time, generations, they called it the Bigfoot demon. What do you want from me? Like, I don't call it the demon. I don't think it's a demon, but that's what my family calls it. And it's because it's very tall, and it's very heavy. And you can literally, I've seen, it's got another thing, the deep, very deep, deep, deep voice. Very deep voice. And so, you know, this is a lot, but like the brother said, he wasn't a Christian. He called in. He said he said he's a priest of Santeria. He said, how can everybody be making it up when so many people around the world have the same description of this particular, it's not a, yeah, uppity, it's not even a demon. That's what my family calls it. So, I mean, this is from great great grandmothers, like I can't come in and tell everybody, y'all, it's not a demon. No, they're gonna be like, no, that's the Bigfoot demon. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But it has shown itself before, many times. Then it's shown itself with my children, and I didn't tell them about it. My son, when he was 11, ran out of his room terrified and said, mommy, there's this big tall hold on. He said, mommy, there's this tall, like, scary, dark figure standing over my bed, at the foot of my bed. Peace, immortal jungle beats. And the funny thing is, it's been, when I was younger, much younger, a child, it would stand over the foot of my bed at times. So these aren't things that people make up. These are things that just people experience, and their spirits, their energies, whatever you want to call it. Now, that thing that I'm describing has never done anything bad to me. It just was scary when I was little, but now when it shows itself, I understand that it's like an equalizer, like I said, or for me in my life, it keeps me, which I haven't seen it for years. So I know I've been doing okay. But when I'm going off, it'll be like it'll manifest or it'll reveal itself and open my eyes to see through the veil. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I got to get something. Something's wrong. I'm doing something wrong. And the last time when my son saw it, I knew it was because I was interacting with certain people who were very, very dangerous for me spiritually. That's something we could talk about, because it is exactly Haley Culture. Oh, Holly Culture. Is that like, okay, I get it. Yeah, it's a protector for some, but some it's a destroyer, you know? The, Slender Man has been modeled off of it. So anyway, what else? So I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, it's not just about doing things like tarot cards and Ouija boards. You also have to watch who you're interacting with, because yes, sis, Ethereal Jewel, you have to watch who you're interacting with, because some people have that generational, I hate saying demons, but they have like you could think of it as like a disease. Like you don't want to interact with certain people who could get you sick, or certain people you don't want to have babies with somebody if you know, oh, this person's got Down syndrome in their DNA or their genetics. So some people have this vibration, and I know 1000% that this particular brother that I was talking to, spiritually talking to, not like baby ooh ooh, it was just like every time I spoke to him, I would see the spirit. Like one time I spoke to him, and he's a good brother. He's not like a bad person, but his generational demons were bringing me, it was a breach in my protection. Now, don't think I'm saying that Masons or Freemasonry is evil, but the way his grandfather and his father, the way they were doing Freemasonry, they were doing it for like in the bad way, like blood and all this stuff he was talking to me about. And I was like, even though I didn't do it, and back then I was like, oh my God, that's evil. I have a clearer understanding on it, but that's another topic. But he would talk to me about generational curses. Yes, he would talk to me about situations, and again, I have to use certain words, which I don't like to, but like I'm a medium, okay? But I don't contact this. I know the Hebrew Israelites are standing on their head. I don't contact the dead, but I can see through into certain things like this, into his life and other people's lives at times. Yes. And I'm laughing because I know y'all are like, some dumbass. I'm cursing tonight because I'm mad a little bit. Let me get myself balanced. But somebody's like, oh, because I said, you're acting like an old biddy to someone who was attacking me on Instagram, talking about me on Instagram, because Sonetta put my picture up on his Instagram. And then I said, you act like an old biddy. And then she was like, oh, I guess your psychic is off because I'm hardly an old biddy. That's not me being psychic. I'm just saying you act like an old lady. So I digress. So yeah, anyway, I was seeing into some stuff of his, the guy, the brother. And people might think, well, that's why it was coming to you, because you were doing that witchcraft. No, no. I come from a family of clairvoyance. That's another word you have to use. A family of clairvoyance. Seeing a spirit, first off, isn't scary. It's when things start harming you. When things start harming you. But when you see spiritual things like today, I'm just flowing right now. I'm not really trying to, yeah, you when you fast, exactly, Jason Hunter. But just today I was doing schoolwork with my daughter, doing her school, and I have these roses, these silk roses, and their stems are uh I put them into the chandelier and I twisted them in. It's not like they're just hanging. I've been living here for 5 years. Those roses are in there tight, very tight. Today, my daughter is a witness, and Yahawah, of course, is commissioned it to happen. Whatever spirits he sent to do this. We watched the roses like wiggle out. Shit. I'm laughing because this is not abnormal in my home. Like I see stuff like that. The roses were like wiggling out, like somebody had a hand wiggling them out of the chandelier, and then they just fell onto the ground from the ceiling for the chandelier. And I was like, that's crazy. But we already knew. My daughter's so used to it. She's a little girl, but she's used to it. We knew it was, and I knew why. I knew why. Number one, the veil is thin. Number two, there's this situation where Sonetter is communicating with R.I.S.E, and we have this spiritual heart connection. And then third too, though, I know that there was something. Okay, I'm kind of just stay with me. I'm all over the place. Like those are certain things that I know that the spirit showed itself. Okay. But I know why it showed itself at that particular moment with the roses. Because I had said something. I had said something about 3 minutes before about one of my nephew's cousin. So it wasn't a child of my family. It was on my brother's son's mom's nephew. Get it? He had committed suicide 2 days ago. And because of the spiritual, because of the realm being thin, because of my connection with Sonetter, and he's speaking and talking to R.I.S.E about what's going on with her because of that. And then also because of when I talked about the boy who I knew, I said some things that I knew were wrong. I want you to look at my alchemy process of love series, where I said if you breach your encapsulation, you weaken yourself and you get low vibrational. I said something that was low vibrational, and I opened myself up. Not that I got attacked, but because I'm strengthened, the Most High, I'm aligned pretty well. But thank you for the Cash App, Brett Forney. Bless you. Thank you very much. So what I'm saying is I'm getting to a point here, y'all. Okay. So I said, because I knew the boy committed suicide, and I was sad because I knew him since he was a little boy, but then I didn't know that he was transgender. Okay. I didn't know he was transgender for 5 years. And I said, oh, well, he was transgender. Oh, well, I'm sad because I was very sad that he killed himself. It was a shock. But I said, oh, he's transgender. So obviously, it was better for him. Or, I said some really, really bad. That was bad. I mean, I'm not perfect, y'all. Like, that was something very wrong to say. I'm getting a little emotional because I feel very ashamed. But I said it to my sister on the phone, and she was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, I mean, he was transgender. I mean, come on, because I've known him since he was little and a boy. It's like, how could he live like a woman? Like he knew he wasn't a woman, and so it was better that he just, I was saying it was better he killed himself, y'all. 2 or 3 minutes later, the spirit was like, the Most High, the Almighty, sent an energy, a spirit to say, "Oh hell no, you need to. I'm going to show you something right now." You know what I mean? Like, I got to show you that you fucked up saying that, basically. And when I saw the roses, the silk roses being wiggled, y'all, wiggled like they're really tied in, wiggled out of the chandelier. I just looked, and my daughter, we weren't scared because we see stuff like this. And I was thinking right there, like, wow, that's a spirit. And my daughter's like, "I told you something was happening in the ceiling." That's another thing. There was some activity in the attic, and I kept going up there to look. And of course, there's nothing, but that's pretty much like typical, just regular spirits, because the realm, it had nothing to do with me. Like I could see, like the thing is, you can tell the connection if it's for you. Like, oh, damn, that was something I did. And when I saw, the spirit was clearly showing me like wiggling out, and then the roses fell. I knew it was symbolic, like the roses fell. Get it? Like you felt, you took the roses and they hit the ground, they hit the floor, and I instantly, I didn't go into like thinking why. It just hit my mind like boom. I said that kid 2 minutes before. I just said that my nephew's cousin, I said something horrible. And I repented, of course. And I still am repentant. It was wrong. It was wrong. So that's the point. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's not like these spirits are coming because you're evil. Now hold that thought. They do come when you see I said something evil. Get it? I said something evil, but it doesn't mean like, "Oh, Napah, you the Most High is gonna destroy you." It's like they come for you. They come not for you, like I'm coming for you, but they come to, everything is in service of you. Even if they come and they're harming you, it's like you're saying, "Wow," because I let them have dominion over me. And to keep it a buck, I had at that moment let something carnal have dominion over me, because I didn't tune into the love and the compassion that I had when I thought he wasn't transgender. But once I heard transgender, I went in, that was hatred. I mean, I don't hate people that are transgender, but that was hatred. That was just hatred coming out of me. And it was so easy to just say it. And then I was ashamed. So I am still ashamed. So my thing that I'm saying is, the thing that I'm saying is, right now, especially, you're going to see some spiritual energy. You're just going to see it, whether you want to or not. You're going to brush it off as, "Oh, that's spooky," or, "Oh, that's pseudo," or, "I don't believe that happened," or, "Maybe I was just dreaming," or, "Maybe, it was just a shadow." No, like right now, there's an energy, like I can remember earlier, I was like, I keep seeing something out of the corner of my eye. And it's always like, a lot of people, it'll be peripheral, but for me, it's not always peripheral. But for some people who, you might not be able to handle it, and they just are trying to just like give you a sign, like, okay, something's up, like bit by bit. So how come the majority of people don't have the same experience? Special, but they do. But Harry Morgan, like I said, you gotta tune in. Like Sonetter made a good point. He's like, "I just don't believe it," but then he said he did see something. So, but some people tune out. They're like, "I don't want to see that." Like even the person I said that I had to stop interacting with, because I kept on, my son saw that figure, that entity, that very, very tall, dark figure. I had to stop talking to that brother, and ironically, we were studying the Bible, but I had to stop talking to him because I had started more and more to see things that I knew he had spiritual, and he wasn't evil, but he had this energy on him. Like he even knew it. Like he could say, for instance, he could say, I hope that woman dies. And he actually did say this about a girlfriend of his. And the next day, she didn't die because she obviously was protected, but her brother got killed the very next day. Things like that. Like one time he and I had a disagreement, and he was like, he's just, oh, the Most High is gonna, you know how Hebrew Israelites could get. The Most High is gonna pour fire down your throat, and I was like, okay, brother, whatever. Because I was talking like I kind of talk now, like sometimes they get all weird about me, like you're a witch. But I mean, the next day I had a raging sore throat, and people say, oh, that's just a coincidence. No, it wasn't. It was something about me interacting with him that breached my protective shield. And I was like, I can't keep on. Something not right here. Like also, like he had even said that he had prayed for I can't say who, because maybe if this gets out, I don't want the brother to be like, damn, you telling all my business. But he prayed for somebody he was angry that he loves in his family. He's like, please kill this person. And then the person was dead in like a month. And so I was like, I can't be around that type of energy. So anyway, getting back to what I'm saying, so it can be a lot of stuff. Now, does that mean that he was evil? I don't know. He's not evil. Just like I said, I made a mistake and I breached my shield. He was protected, but not protected, because he would say stuff and that would breach his shield, and then people would be harmed. So after a while, if you continue to say things that are low vibrational, like what I said, and then what he would say, you will be opening yourself up to not spirits, but to the spirits harming you. Like if you're like always trying to harm people or trying to hurt people, always trying to say stuff to hurt people, saying things like, hey, the mean thing off the top of your head without any thought, being careless, like how I did, which was awful. The more I think about it, it was just awful. Pretty soon, it wouldn't have just been roses falling off the chandelier fall on my head. If I just would have continued like ignoring what the sign was, like, oh, that was wrong. Now, when I talk about the natural order, yeah, the natural order of things, I know I shouldn't have said it. But sometimes, well, no, a lot of times we ignore the natural order because we're flesh and we let our flesh take over, and, things are imbalanced. So sometimes spirits come in and they start showing you, oh, you want to be low vibrational? Then I'm going to don't take dominion over you. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? Anybody have any questions? What's your opinion of the African Hebrew Israelites of Jerusalem in Dimona, Israel? I didn't know that they were African. I don't think those Israelites in Dimona call themselves African, do they? I don't know. I think they're okay. So anyway, so when I talk about breaching and spiritual imbalance, it's like that. It's like, are you doing your process of alchemical love? Like, are you loving people? Are you being low vibrational? Are you dabbling? Because it's a slippery slope. When you do that, then you go and dabble in some Ouija board, and you've already got this negative vibration. It's like you're sending out a signal to these low vibrational energies to come on, guys. I'm a free for all. Join in. I'm over here, talking about bashing homosexuals. I get on the internet just to talk badly to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking like you're talking to the demons. And then you're doing something, not even just bashing homosexuals. You just like to get on the internet and lie on people. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Like, oh, I heard that so and so was a child rapist. Yep. Oh yeah, I heard that so and so is a prostitute with herpes and AIDS, and she eats frog soup every night. Like, you keep doing that, and you could breach. You're already breaching your protective shield, and then you go after you're already doing that. You go and you pick up a spiritual device, a divining, a divining device. Like a divining device is, a divining rod, tarot cards, Ouija boards, scrying. A lot of scrying can mess you up. Remember, people be looking in the mirror talking about Bloody Mary or Candyman. That's scrying, and that's calling, invoking terrible spirits that would love to come in and join the party of the negative vibes. And like, okay, imagine this. You're up there, you go in a hotel room, right? And you're tearing stuff up a little. You're not really breaking it like crazy. Like, you're ripping the bed sheets back. Maybe you got a bottle of champagne, splashing it all over the bed, right? And you're just messing the place up. And then you got these people that come in, like, you invite them to the party, but they're just completely ratchet ghetto, and they just don't care. They start busting the walls, setting the place on fire. Like, God, hey, y'all, wait a minute. They're like, you invited us in? What? This is what you were doing, right? So that's kind of like the spirits, like, if you're already doing something, and again, it doesn't have to be that drastic of like you getting on the internet and slandering people, but that's very common. It could be like what I said I did. Like, I slipped up. I shouldn't have said that. And I'm going to hold myself accountable, because I got to fast. I can't just say, well, I feel bad about it. I have to fast. I have to really focus, really meditate, pray about the child and his life. I have to feel compassion to cleanse that. And of course, also I have to do a smudging. Let's be real. I didn't mention that. Like, I say I see spirits, but I don't just be walking around the house like this is like, what's that? Like, Sixth Sense. I smudge, and I know I have to do a smudging, get some copal, some palo santo, some sage, So, anybody needs to know how to do that. That is definitely something that I specialize in. So it's just the basics, but there are a lot of things you can do and say if you feel like, and everyone should smudge right now. This is the time. This is the dying time. That's why everything's going quiet. Everything is slipping away, it's slipping away, and it's when the veil is thinnest, and it's winter is when everything's finally at rest. Like, the physical world has so-called died. Those are the seasons. So you have the winter, that's the death. Right now, let's go back to spring. Okay, spring is birth. We already see it. We see it. Spring fevers. Everything's mating. And then after the mating, what comes after the mating? The harvest, right? The birth. That's the summer harvest. In the summer, you harvest, and then right at the end of the summer, in August, you enjoy the harvest. And then, so that's the celebration is ended. What happens? We start going into the dying time. And that's what we're in right now, which is, that's why it's called fall. And I don't want to sound like pseudo, but I thought this up myself. I know this isn't what it means, but you know, autumn, I'm like autumn because I'm like the tomb, but y'all, that's something I made up myself. I don't want to sound like prison smart or, you know, like, you know, autumn, but hey, but the late great Bobby Hemmett would do stuff like that, right? But no, you think of the fall, it's the dying time when the transition, it's not quite the death, which is winter, but it's going quiet. And then, like I said, during transition, I'm a transition doula. When I see, when if you ever sat bedside with someone who's passing away, so to speak, that person isn't getting weaker. That person is getting amazingly stronger. And that person's becoming more in tune and one with with that person's most powerful self, which is the soul aligned well with the spirit. And I talked about this in the alchemy series, where there is power coming down like a column from the Almighty. It's the energy life force. But even with that column, we have our dual selves working around that column of power. And I called it like the serpents, you know, like if you know the caduceus, which is about health and life, right? And it's not just about health and life, it's also about health and like life and death. But that's in another context. So back to what I'm saying about when you're sitting bedside, if you've ever had the unfortunate or the fortunate, you know, for me, it's a celebration and it's exciting, but it's sad if it's someone you love. But we should look at it. I'm talking about when you sit bedside at a vigil, when someone's passing, transitioning. So when you see that person transitioning, that person is becoming more quiet, just like now. The nature becomes quiet, and then you can see the spirit more. That is why right now this is amazing time. The veil is so thin that spirits show themselves to us more. They show themselves. You don't want to invoke spirits, like you really don't, but you can invoke the almighty power and ask for the almighty power to send spirits to work for you and to protect you, work for you, fight for you. And that's for you Christians and you Hebrew Israelites, that's biblical. But again, I'm not trying to make anybody go off and start calling on spirits and asking spirits to come to your home. Because people do it, because the ones who don't believe, they're like, I want to see it then. And then when they see it, I'm laughing because when they see it, they're the biggest babies screaming, scooting away, and falling down. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Anyway, so let me look at the chat. Napah said it, not me. What did I say, uppity? Close, not quiet. I was a quiet kid with a speech impediment, so I didn't scream. I never spoke too loudly, but I did cry, and I have what I did not know was an anxiety attack. Oh, why'd you have an anxiety attack? What I miss? Okay, Ethro. She's multitasking. I got you, sis. I know how that goes. Focused on getting myself out of the bathroom, but now I have a relationship with the paranormal that most people aren't. Girl, what are you? What? Let me go up here and look at what's going on. What's being said? What am I missing? I'm missing some good stuff in here. What I miss? What? You have a relationship with the paranormal, or with the The paranormal. While sleeping, oh, let me read this one. Okay, let me get your comment. Holly. I like that one. Let me see. Okay, it says, while sleeping, I heard a baby laughing. I woke up, silence, nothing. Closed my eyes to sleep. I saw myself leave my body and went to the baby house. The baby ran past me and came to my sleeping body. You know what? That's another thing. Like, and then of course people tell you that was a dream. But no, that's another thing people see a lot. Little babies or little children. And also you'll hear footsteps. I remember one day in my mom and dad's house. Oh, that house. Oh, that house is so full of spirits or energies that it's just like if it doesn't happen, you'll be like, you'll wonder why. So one morning I was there at my mom's, at my dad's house, excuse me. And I was married at the time, and we spent the night there. I think we had like a party or something. So we spent the night, my husband at the time, and our two children. My daughter was 2, and I was nursing, so she was very clingy. So I had to sneak out of bed to get up and go iron my husband's shirt to get for the morning. And then we heard her, both of us, because he was in the kitchen talking to me. We heard her, or what we thought was her, get out of the bed, open the door from the room. I just heard something. Give me 1 second. 1 second. All right. Sorry. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, you guys. Sorry about that, y'all. So where was I? So we heard her get up out of the bed. She was a little 2-year-old toddler. And then we heard her open the door, and we could hear the little pitter-patter feet, like, but she wasn't coming toward the kitchen. She was going back toward the back room, which was always where a lot of little like spiritual things, voices, people talking. Like, we literally have heard people say, my daughter was reading one time, and then she was reading on the potty. She was little, and we heard a voice. She stopped reading, and the voice whispered in her ear, and we heard it, and it said, "Keep reading." It was crazy. It was like telling her to keep reading. But anyway, so we heard the feet going back toward the back room. So we thought, oh, she went back there, and it was clear. It wasn't like it was her clear footsteps. When my husband at the time, went to go look and get her and bring her toward me, he said, the door's closed, and I opened it, and she's in bed, not snoring, but she's in bed, sound asleep. So we knew, okay, there was always this little boy that we would see out in the backyard walking around, a figure of him, or you see him. And so what else happened? Stuff at my mom's. Oh, we were all talking in a group, and we were in my mom's room around her bed, and we were laughing and making jokes. My sister, me, my nephew, and my 2 children, and my mom was sitting in bed. And we were laughing about something, and then when we stopped laughing, we heard, not barely, I mean clearly, like me talking, we heard this voice go, "Yes." And that shit was funny. I'm laughing because people are like, that's fake, or that. No, it happened. And if you have to be there, So, I'm telling you all this. And then, so one time, my ex-husband, he's kind of like, you guys are, no, I don't believe you. But one time we were all sitting together watching this comedy show, my sister, my ex-husband, and a friend of his that he was trying to introduce to my sister. And this figure, this shadow person, came right up in the middle of the room. And that was pretty terrifying, because for me, I look back on it now, the reason why we were so scared is we were guilty of being low vibrational. We were laughing at Ricky Smiley joking about funerals, saying about how our people, how we act at funerals and how we throw ourselves all out. And he was saying there should be a drive-by viewing. And that's not something we should be laughing at. I'm not being, I'm not boring. I have a great sense of humor, but you shouldn't laugh at that because of the pain, the deep pain that people experience. And no, it doesn't help us to laugh at something like that. What helps us is to embrace the grief and also understand that it's only because it's like a physical thing. Don't think of the grief as so much emotional. It's because you can't touch the person, but you should never see, oh, that person's dead and gone forever. You should always think, wow, the person is always going to be with me now. And so it's a celebration of a transitioning. And that's hard. My father transitioned last year. It wasn't, I'm saying it's hard for us when we lose people. And I was very close to my father. And, but I understood the transition, and it was a beautiful, beautiful transition. I watched the process of, from him going through like, okay, I'm going to be okay. Oh, wait, I'm not going to be okay. But he never showed that. But I could see, I realized something. I learned something. The spirit doesn't just leave the body like that. It's a process of releasing it from, imagine how many cells you have in your body. Like, what, trillions, of course. Imagine how many cells you have. And in every cell, there's a little blip of energy, which is your spirit. So it takes a long time, not like years, obviously, but days. I take that back, because I did study this. It takes about, let's say 20 hours for all of those cells, every cell in your body to die. So when a person is pronounced dead, that's just, there's criteria. This is the criteria. No brain activity, no cardiovascular activity. That's the only criteria. But if you've ever been in a transition and felt a person, you know that you feel life in the person. So I'm still talking about spirits and spiritual attacks, but I'm also giving some insight on just comparing the person transitioning, dying, and how the seasons are with the transitioning, dying, so yeah. Oh, Indigenous Black man, peace. Actually, I did a video. Okay, this is back when I was a little bit of a radical Hebrew. So some of the information on the captions on my video that I did on Phineas the Zealot, I might still have let me see something. Oh yeah, there's the video. So, okay, you guys, I did a video about the ghost, the ghost box, and about electricity, and what I talked about a little bit on Sonnetter about electricity and Thomas Edison. I did the whole video on my own. I used to be doing videos and pretending, because we weren't allowed to be, as women, we weren't supposed to be doing videos. So I would be like Phineas the Zealot, get it, a guy. And so the Hebrews liked it, and they were like, "Oh, brother, you got it on the head, brother." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a brother." So the funny thing is, if you click on it and you watch it, there's a lot of good energy on there. And the ghost box, I talk about the ghost box on there. The ghost box is basically when we remember, or maybe now people still have radios, you could tune the radio into like just like kind of like it's not tuned in, and it's like I don't know what that's called. It's not really called dead air. It's called like it's like all staticky, and it's like well, let me tell you something, Indigenous Black man and everybody else. When we were little, we used to turn the TV on, and y'all probably did it too. And you know that snow, all that fuzz. Well, you can't do it anymore. They made us turn our TVs back or make our TVs to where we can't do that. Remember, like what was it, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when they said we had to go from those type of televisions to like, forget what we had to get. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They said we had to get it. Like we had to get this type of TV, and we couldn't use the TVs that do the snow. We would sit and look at that and scry and see all kinds of spirits or images. I mean, images, not spirits, but images. I mean, we would be saying, we each saw the same thing, like, "Oh, did you see that? Oh, that man, look at him, he's waving at us," and like crazy stuff as children. And my older cousin, he was a teenager, he used to do it, show us to do it, and we would do it. And like that's probably why your parents' house is full of stuff. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. But anyway, so yeah, ghost boxes and spirit boxes, which I don't recommend using those. Those are one of the devices, like that's a divining device. I would not use that, because you could bring an entity in, because 9 times out of 10 people are using them for just folly. It's low vibrational. They're using them to just get a kick out of it. Like, "You heard that? When is Jesus coming? You heard him say, never," and stuff like that. So drink some tea. So yeah. Yeah, so anyway, y'all. Anyway, so I didn't really get super deep, like some people probably looking at this and thinking, "Oh, I was gonna see if you can break it down about the spirit." I had to lighten it up a little bit, because people, that's pseudo. But I will talk about this. If you're suffering and if you're having problems with spiritual attacks like the sister is, you have to do a full audit of your home. You have to go through your home, get rid of toys, books that you think might be bringing spirits, clothing, cut off people that you think might be bringing it. Like, for instance, if you are, dealing with people who are very, very toxic, even like they just like to, a guy who is a pimp, or a girl who likes to, steal money from men while they sleep at night after she has sex with them. If you know people like that, those people can breach you. They can keep spirits around you. So you got to do a full cleansing, which is auditing everything in your home. I mean everything, every single thing. And then you have to do a literal cleaning, from top to bottom. Then you get your smudging kit, which would be like, you get some sage, get some sage, like a smudging stick. Then you get some copal. It's another thing you can get. Some palo santo. Some people will get that, and What else? I guess you could use some lavender, but the lavender, first you want to use the copal and the sage. You want to start out, and you have to have a prayer. You have to fast. So you have to do the fast before you even start doing anything. Once you're fasting, you continue the fast through the rituals of the driving out. And if it's people who are possessed, then that's, I most high forbid. But if it is, you need to pray over that person. That person has to fast and get your windows open. Make sure everything's driven out. If you can't move, for me, I'm not gonna lie. Like I would just move. I would just move and do a personal cleanse, like smudge myself, smudge my children, burn, go to my new place, burn, smudge it with the copal and the sage, and then salt my window, all the portals, all the openings like doors and windows, salt them. Yes, salt. That's right, salt, y'all. Get salt the windows to keep spirits from coming in. On a physical level, have even like at your door, like a type of doormat that you keep it salted and discreetly though. Not, you don't want a bunch of salt everywhere. You know you have to know how to keep it where people can't see it. Salt the doormat, smudge it, and when people come in, that's why I forgot what it's called. That little thing that the Hebrews have, that little thing at their door. People rub it before they come in. It's not just, and it's not just Hebrews. A lot of cultures have that. You do a cleanse before you enter your home. Get everyone's energy. Even when I was doing massage, I'm a massage therapist. I stopped doing it for whatever reason. I'm not getting into. But I had to always do a cleanse to get that energy off of me. After, you absorb that energy from, that kinetic energy touching, working the muscles and the muscles moving, and you are bringing that into yourself. You also want to make sure you pay a lot of attention to the palms of your hands, the crown of your head, and your the soles of your feet when you do smudging and things like that. Also, if you can, you want to make sure your nails and your hair are clean. If you can, get yourself a haircut. That sounds drastic. I'll leave that out because we're Black women and men. Our hair is important, very important. So, but anyway, those are some things that can be done if you breach. But you have to remember to stay in line with the Almighty. You have to remember. Now, if you don't want to follow, I get it. It gets crazy where people say, I don't believe in Jesus. Okay, well, guess what? You heard Sonnetter saying, oh, your mom uses that, Rija? Good. Wow. Your mom knows. She must know the, what are you guys from the islands? Are you from the islands? So, like, Sonetter's like, I use it. He anoints with water. Or actually, he baptizes with water. Anointing is more, I guess, christens with water. I don't know how you say it. Oil would be more anointing, right? But anyway, but you have to be careful with that too. If water can be like a conduit for spirits. So it depends. Brick dust, a real thing or a movie? What's brick dust? I don't know. Like what kind of brick? My church family would put a dab of olive oil on the doorpost in the window. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can do it. That might not be enough though. I'm not going to lie. People do anoint homes. when you do with oil, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to stand by it. If you have a spirit in your home, or if you have a possession that you think is taking place, oil isn't going to really, it might help a little, but oil isn't, as far as elements and, you know, oils and incense, oil isn't really going to be as effective as smoke, you know, or as smudging with copal and sage. And then once it's smudged, once you smudge and you we're talking about protecting the house and driving out the spirits, not the person so much. I could get to the smudging of the person, but when you drive out the spirits, what you're doing first is pushing them out, and then you want to bring in the anointing of the oil for, like, it's like the house is blessed with abundance and with peace. Excuse me, when you use oil. And then also the lavender can bring peace and that type of blessing. But you wouldn't, I would recommend burning sage and copal. Sage first, and then throughout the whole house. And then after the sage, the copal. And after the copal, the palo santo. Sugar in your shoes. He really said that? Did he really say that? Excuse me. Death just means a transformation. It is neutral. Not good or bad. It's all about the individual and their ma'at scales. Okay, sis, I see you. That sounds good. So, everybody. Anybody? Okay, so yeah, I talked about the smudging. And okay, now for people, like if it's a person that's got that breach, we talked about how that person has to be balanced, but what if it's a baby, or what if it's a child? You can't tell a child, like, oh, you better, your you know, your aura's off, or your protective field. Like a baby's going to be like, huh? So with the children, they already are pure. I didn't say innocent, pure. So there's a difference, actually. So you would smudge the child, would bathe the child in smoke, or the person, from head to toe. You want to make sure you focus on the palms of the hands and the soles of the feet. And during that, you fasted for the child. You pray the prayer that you pray that invokes the Spirit of the Almighty, and then whatever else you believe in. And for me, it's Yahawashi. So no doubt. And then you keep on it. It doesn't just, you know, some people think it's like, oh, the spirit's gone. You know, the spirit will wait to, you know, as a test. I hate to make it like it's like, I'm going to wait. It's not like that. It's like the spirit it's always there to do the work of the Almighty. No matter what people say, how evil it is, like, I drive you down to the depths of hell. And, you know, when you see in the movies, that spirit is there working for the Most High. So what it's doing is checking you, like, oh, remember I said, like, you invited somebody over and you're tearing up the hotel a little bit. Oh, that's good. Oh, thank you. Again, Ross Girl, thank you, sis. Peace, where are you? I don't even see you in the chat. Oh, there you are. Hey, you. Peace, sis, and peace to all my brothers and sisters out there listening in. Like I said, you know, at the beginning, y'all don't have to even, like, this could be like, Napah, girl, better stop, you know what I mean? But like when people get all upset and throwing themselves all over the floor and throwing tantrums, like, you ain't gonna make us believe in the Bible. Like, I'm not trying to make you believe in the Bible. You know, I'm telling you what I believe, and we're just chilling and vibing. And then, you know, you let me know what you believe. You know, my niece, hey sis, Ross girl, thank you sis for the Cash App. Again, my niece smudge with sage and some kind of stone. I forgot the name of the stone. Is it copal? It could be copal stone. Copal. Is your niece an exorcist? Is she a priestess? What is she? Anyway, I'm getting sleepy, and it's so early right now for me. So I'll listen, y'all. I keep on telling. You know what? Let me stop. I was about to say something. You guys are gonna be. I bet you guys like. Oh, she's just talking. I do that to Sonetter sometimes. I'm like, you always say that. I'll believe it when I see it. I must be picking up his ways. I was gonna say we're gonna do Sister Sit Down. I want to do it. Y'all want to do? Put in the chat the sisters I invite, like Ross Girl and all the sisters in the chat right now. Would you like to do it on my channel, or do you want to do it on Sonetter's channel, or both? Oh yeah, crystals are important to have. You need crystals always, 100%. You know, you can get some. There's different types of crystals. 100%. Yes, yes, yes. You can get different crystals to protect you. You guys want to do it on this channel, or you want to do it on Sonetter's channel? If you want to do it on this channel, say this one or say Sonetter's. Thank you, Mugen. You get me thinking this. All right. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Just regular spiritual folks. My mom passed culture to us. Okay. I like that. Hey, Jason Hunter. Thank you for the hearts. Tired. Oh my God, I look so tired. I don't even care anymore. I really don't. This channel, huh? Black. Thank you, Indigenous Black Man. I mean, I love Sonetter. I might do it on his channel and this channel, but I think we should do maybe like a mini one here, and then we'll go over there, dealing the real. So you back in the mix or in Sonetter's channel? You know what, brother? I said I'm gonna do it. I love working with Sonetter. You know, he always tells me just ignore them, you know, and I'll be like, no, I gotta say something. So yeah, quartz is great, yes. But you know, yeah, I am. I mean, I'm back. She did the hoodoo. Yeah, she must be Haitian, Creole. Oh Lord. Excuse me. Okay, so if we're gonna do it on this channel, the only person that answered was Indigenous Black Man. The sisters didn't say anything. So we'll do it on this channel, y'all. Is that okay? Ross Girl, you gonna come on? Up at a Unicorn. I'm gonna invite you to come on. I invited you. And then Ethereal, my sister Ethereal Jewel, she said she likes to, right, Ethereal, is that what you said? You like to lay back in the cut and just watch, right? If not, I would love for you to join. I am getting so sleepy. Anyway, so when you guys want to do it tomorrow? Who wants to do Sister Sit Down tomorrow? This channel or the other channel? Same to you. Okay, okay. My channel? I love you guys. So cute. Okay, we'll do. Okay, you want to do it tomorrow then? We'll do it tomorrow. I'm going to send you guys an email. I have everybody's email address. Uppity Unicorn, you sent me yours. Yours is uppity unicorn.com. and I'll send out the emails, and we'll do it like, oh shoot, we'll do it like what? What do you guys think? Tomorrow at like in the evening or afternoon? What? I know I'm getting sleepy, but you guys, let me say something. This is a great time, especially if you're on the East Coast right now. What is it? 11. Right now, you're what they call the witching hour. I know, but you can see between 12 and like 4-ish, all of this spiritual energy starts to happen, and things start to come out. Okay, yeah, we'll do it tomorrow. Oh, okay, yeah, pseudo charlatan. Pseudo. We're so pseudo with this information. It's pseudo. It was a dark, stormy night. I'm just kidding. Hey, passion success. So, I mean, I might change the title. Just talking about, whatever. But excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. So what time? Yeah, sisters, you want to do it in the afternoon? Or would you like to do it? It's only 10:51 for me. Oh yeah, because you're in Washington. It's only 10:51 for me too. You're in Washington. You're in Washington. You are in Washington. Okay, so I guess I'll just reach out to everybody through email. About time you recognize me. I always recognize you. Stop it. Just stop. So, peace and black power. We'll talk more about this, right? Maybe, I don't know, tomorrow, lady. Oh, tomorrow, what time, Ross girl? What time you think? I'm going to go by, because I know you have your schedule. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, Mugen, I know. You must be on the East Coast. Ooh, you know what else too? Oh, stuff shows you watch can mess you up too. They know how to push your buttons on Netter's channel, baby girl. You know, Blue Boy, I think it's just like this. Like we could say push my buttons. I just can't. I have a low tolerance for grown people being just nasty and rude. I don't need anybody to kiss my butt, but like, you're just so church hurt that you couldn't see that we were talking about other things besides the Bible. But I'm talking about the brother that was on that channel. Oh, I just saw something else. I got to go to. Actually, when I get off here, I'm going to watch something. But guess what? I started watching, which I never would watch because of. I know I love this subject too, Rita. I love it. So, I tried to watch The Walking Dead. Nope, not me. I'm not the one. I can't watch stuff like that. I'm not scared. It's just like my daughter and I were hearing things like I said, like in the wall and like seeing spirits and stuff. Like I was like, no, I can't watch this. What don't kill you will make you stronger. That's right. But don't like I don't think images of skeletons. I like the images of skeletons. They're beautiful. I like things that I'm not scared of, but like all that death, and when I say death, I mean like murder, people being eaten. No, that's a bad low vibrational energy. Proud of your telekinesis. Thank you, sis. Some people don't like it. Some people say I was blowing the paper. Now, if I'm blowing paper, somebody please, I am crazy. If I get on the video and start blowing paper, like, come on. I would try to do it right now, but you know, every time I try to do it in front of people, like, I feel like you guys are like wanting me to hurry up, you know? So, I'm sleepy. Yes, peace uppity unicorn. Thank you. The Walking Dead is horrible. Oh, goodness, it's a terrible. Or show, I mean. Yes, say no to that. Anyway, family, I might have to prop my eyelids up with these little bobby pins, like on Tom and Jerry, the cartoon, if I stay up any longer. Blowing paper with your mouth closed is a talent. Yeah, but through my nose and making it spin around and making it go the other direction. Like, I got to have some great skills for that, but whatever. Watch Peter Tosh's Behind the Music and tell me what you think about the visions he was having. I love Peter Tosh, and I will watch it. Okay, so I'll have to come back and talk some more about the situation. I keep saying I'll go, but I don't want to leave you. I gotta go. I'm falling asleep. A lot of paranormal stuff has happened with me though. I remember seeing, I told this story before, but I gotta tell you guys. Okay, so it's not really about, well, it is about spirits, but some people call it bilocation, but I think it was a spirit, like a malevolent spirit. And when I say that, you know, I was doing something. I remember what it was. I think it was about Trayvon Martin. The spirit visited me after Trayvon. It wasn't Trayvon Martin's spirit, but it was the spirit. And anyway, it was like running around the house. My son had left for school, and I watched the school bus go. And then I went and came in the house. I'm so sleepy. Then I came in the house and I went in the room, and I didn't go back to sleep, but from my room, there was a straight sight. I could see straight to the door. But then the wall, there was a wall there for the living room, so I could hear people in the living room through the wall, but I couldn't see them. So I saw him get on the bus, my son, and then I hear, I'm in my room, right? And I hear in the living room somebody running around, like literally running around, like you know, rushing around the house, like, I gotta go. Oh, I'm gonna be late. Dang, what time is it? Is it 6? Oh man, I'm gonna be late. It was my son, I thought. So right at that moment, it was like split seconds, like milliseconds, where I was like, it's my son. No, it's not my son. It is a spirit, and it's trying to fool me. Okay. So in that little time, everything happened in probably 20, 30 seconds. But I was like, when it showed itself, it was a boy. It wasn't my son though. It was a boy with a hoodie on. And when I thought, that's not my son, that's a demon. Back then I thought demon. And it was going to the door, and right when I said that, it stopped in its tracks. And it turned around very slowly. And that was scary. I'm not gonna lie, that scared me. Because I was seeing a person in my home. I knew it wasn't my son, but it was trying to make me think it was my son. And it turned very slowly, like turned around slowly to look at me. And all I could see was the hoodie. I couldn't see the face. And And then it started coming toward me in the room. And I was so convinced that it was real. I went to grab my little friend, and but it wasn't, it just disappeared pretty much. I'm sleepy. Pedos and population control, recession, depression, division, etc. needs addressed too. Needs to be addressed. Y'all, I need to go to sleep. I don't know why I'm so sleepy. I usually can hang. Yeah, that's crazy though, right? But then you know what I did? I was like, that was the spirit. But then I went, which I still think it's a spirit, but then that's when I started to go deeper and research necromancy from. So I'm falling asleep on live. Let me go to sleep, y'all. I'll talk more about this later, I promise. Okay, much love to the family. Peace and Black Power. Well, let me read this about what is Alex Fitzgerald saying about necromancy? Necromancy is I'm falling asleep reading the comment. Wake up, Napah. Okay, let me see. What did you say about necromancy? Gosh, that was crazy. Fell asleep for like a millisecond. What did I see about you saying something about necromancy? Necromancy is nothing to play with. It has real-world consequences. See investigations into near-death experiences and dying declarations. Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. I never would tell anyone to practice necromancy. I was falling asleep though. That was crazy. You guys saw me fall asleep for a little bit, huh? Like what? Oh, hey, just acting. Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. Dealing the real peace. Peace, Roz girl. Yes, sis, peace. So tomorrow we'll do Sister Sip down. All gonna miss you, sleepyhead. Oh, you're sweet, uppity unicorn. You're a sweetheart. We don't mind if you sleep, but I mind. No, 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 no. No, I can't fall asleep on camera. That's a special private moment just for me and my pillow. Yeah, but you can do necromancy you don't even have to go to a cemetery. I don't know. That's another stream. I'm gonna sleep in a minute. Oh my God. Okay. Peace and Black Power. You're gonna dream pure madness tonight. No, I'm not. No, I'm really not, because this is like something that I'm used to. I actually do enjoy discussing the spirit realm, and I find it important to be able to help people with demonic imbalance, or I don't like, you have to say demonic, but like spiritual imbalance or attacks. And peace to the sister Ashe and all the other people who are suffering in this way. May the almighty power through the Messiah take care of you. Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Now I'm gonna go back and look at this and be like, oh my God, I look so crazy and tired. Sleepy. Anything else? Don't be talking about necromancy. Just be you. Go sleep. Okay, I gotcha. That's right. Necro means death. Shalom. Mwah. Peace and Black Power. Much love to the family. Even love to the people who, I was about to say love to the people who don't love me. Damn. I don't think I would be sincere about that, though. I like to be honest. I can't quite yet love those who hate me. But when I get to that level, I'm going to be awesome. All praises to the Most High. Yeah, much love to you guys. Yeah, Ashe, let's keep her in our prayers. And I want to hopefully speak to her and be there. Yes, Lazarus was dead. Yep, he was. So, wait a minute. What'd you say? Lazarus was dead and Yahawashi spoke to him. Okay. He did say, he said, come forward, right? Oh my God, I can't keep my eyes open. All right, y'all, I'm tuning out. Tomorrow we'll do Sister Sip Down on my channel. If it changes and Sonetter says, no, Napah, I want you to do it on my channel, I hope you guys will still want to do it, because I'm going to just go with this lead and, do it on his channel. But for now, I'm saying let's do it on mine. And that's it. Mwah. Peace to y'all. Everybody, I shout out you. I shout you out. Still I rise. Peace. Okay, let me go get some sleep. But you want to know the funny thing is, I'll get off the stream and I won't be sleepy anymore. Who's ever experienced that? I don't know. I'm so sleepy. I bet you guys, if you, I don't smoke marijuana, but I bet you I look like I smoke like I'm all, yeah. So it's the tea, duh. I just remembered. I put some kava in that too. Kava is so good to mellow you out, by the way. Anyway, let me get off and I'll see you ladies and gentlemen tomorrow. Most High willing. And we will do Sister Sip Down. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go get something to drink. No, I'm gonna actually probably get off here and go watch something, like a documentary. Real talk. I'm boring like that. I mixed it. I have a rooibos blend. Rooibos is awesome. Yeah, I love rooibos. I have to go to sleep though. Need a wind down from streaming. Oh yeah. Good night. I love you guys. Y'all are watching me fall asleep. I just died on the internet. All right, ladies, I'll see you. It was for Sister Sip Down tomorrow. I just don't want to go. I always like to hang out with y'all, but hey, I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, I'm ending it. Peace. Shalom. Should have ended.